Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode, a special episode, The Youth Wisdom, as we bring to you always an amazing guest, people doing marvelous things in their field of work. And today with us is a fashionista. Okay, we have in the house with us today KJ Brodom. I got it
You
right.
finally got the name right.
All right. Welcome very much to the Next Gen Studio, KJ.
Thank you. Thank you.
When I think I was checking you out on Facebook and your work, I was so impressed with all the things you have done. Like, okay.
I want to adjust my seat so they should actually know
They should see, like, he's wearing himself. He's
they
wearing
should actually
himself.
know what you're talking
He's a
about.
fashionista in all aspects. So please introduce yourself to us. I cannot introduce you enough, actually.
All right. Where's my camera? Is this my camera?
We're just speaking.
Okay. Good evening. I'm called Keji Brondom. I'm the creative director and founder of a fashion tech brand called Shoyofab. I'm also a graduate. I have a degree in computer science. So I'm the fourth born of my mother and the fifth born of my father. Yeah, the Bamenda boy. But I grew up in the southwest.
Proudly so.
I love southwest food. I eat a lot of pepper. Yeah, so I'm currently based in Yaoundé. This is where my business is established.
That's it.
I'm also an award-winning fashion designer. Very important.
Very important. Please
Very
don't keep that
important.
out.
Very important. It's not easy to be for your name to be attached to that. It takes a lot of work, a lot of commitment, yes, dedication, discipline for you to actually be attached to an award-winning. So please don't forget that.
He's an award-winning fashion designer. He has insisted.
Yes.
All right, I think something. I think maybe those who are closer to you know, but maybe not some of our guests will know is that you are referred to also as Mr. CEO. And before we started the live, you're just telling us more about that name's
Yes.
origin.
I give
So
you a
maybe you
hint.
might like to pass it down to our guests now.
I give you a hint. When I get into a space and someone addresses me as Mr. CEO, many people think it's maybe it's because I run a brand or maybe because I own a brand, but that's not it. Initially, that was it. I came up with the name Mr. CEO because I had a brand. I run the brand, but after some time, in my university days, um, when my friends started calling me Minister of Enjoyment, because I'll always go out, I'll party, that's when my rebranded brand just started Shefa because at first I was known as Scarfwest, Care Brand Amazing Fashion. Care brand derived from my two names, KG and Brandon. Why Brandon? Growing up, I knew my name was Brandon. Everybody was addressing me as Brandon. But when I got matured and I got the knowledge of um, how my name was actually written in my birth certificate, actually, I don't know if I should say it was a mistake or the mistake was actually divine because I've grown up to love the name because it's so unique.
It
It's
is.
you
It
cannot see
is.
Brondom anywhere.
Yeah.
So when I saw my birth certificate, when I hold my birth certificate the first time and I saw that my name was actually Brodom, that was when I started addressing myself as Brodom. Until now, everybody knows me as Brodom and not Brandon. So that's how I derived the name K Brand because it was from my name KG and Brandon. Then Amazing Fashion Wears because I just started branding then. I was doing so good. My teachers advised me to do branding. That was around 2018, 17 or so when I started branding. So I had to get a name for my brand. I had to get a logo. I can remember my first logo. It was crazy. It was so cumbersome. It was mad. The vision was not there. I'll not tell. I'll not lie you, but the vision was there, but
Not
there was
clear.
no direction. It was not clear. So I created Care Brand Amazing Fashion Wears. It was doing well. It was doing fine, till the year I lost my Facebook account, and I was discouraged because my business was mostly online. Even now, like 80% of my business is being run online. Like my clients are from online. The physical shop is just for production. There's nothing serious going there as compared to my online presence. And I'll also talk about that when we come at the point of being a successful fashion designer. So I created a brand. I lost the page. I was off social media for like 2 to 3 years, and a blogger got to me and was like, "What are you doing? You cannot just lose everything or just go off social media because you lost the Facebook page." And mind you, I spent a lot of money trying to get back that page. I had a friend that you date. The both of us are best of friends because I knew him through the page. He was trying to recover the page for me, not knowing he was actually creating schemes to deduct money from me, and I was sending him money. He would tell me, "I will get back your account. I'm already getting it. I have logged in." I was sending money. At some point, I just had to stop. I was just discouraged, and until a blogger got to me, I was like, "What's happening? I'll not be seeing you online." I think I lost my account. My account got hacked, and he said, "You cannot just sit like that." He encouraged me. I had to create a new account, and that's how everything changed. When I got to university, I had to rebrand from Get Brand Amazing Fashion Wears to Show You Fab because I was into tech and I had to blend the two. So that's how I came with Show You Fab. And when I got into my university days, there was a point where I even ate my school fee with a friend because we will go out today, we will go out tomorrow, we
Okay.
will go out a previous day before today.
Uh-huh.
I just got into Yaoundé, so I wanted people to know that no, I'm in Yaoundé. I'm
KJ's,
boiling.
yeah.
I'm living life. So that's how the name Enjoyment Officer came about. And I already had Mr. CEO in mind because I was running a brand as I initially said, and then it came to my head like, okay, CEO, Chief Enjoyment Officer.
Okay.
And I'm like, people should not address me as Mr. CEO because I own a brand. It's so vague, like it's so common. Everybody can be a CEO. At least attach some meaning to it,
Spice.
some spice to it. So I now give it as Chief Enjoyment Officer. So that's
So
how
you're
Mr.
not the
CEO
regular
came.
CEO.
I'm not the regular CEO. It's just a coincidence. It's a plus.
It's a plus.
It's a plus, and I love it.
The blogger who got you, was it like a friend?
It was a friend, just online. Like I never knew him personally, even till date. We have not met for almost 10 years. So I've not met, but we still communicate.
I like such friends. I have such
Yes, we still
friends.
communicate. It's not like he's far. It's not like we cannot meet. But there's some friendships that is just like that. Yes, some God just sends some people to your life to just like sending a message, a direct message that okay, this is your career, this is your gift, this is your purpose. Go to this person and give him this word
Yeah.
that I, the Lord, have
I
sent you.
sent you. Yeah.
So that's it. Yeah.
All right. So, what inspired you to get into fashion designing? What was your inspiration?
On all my life interviews, I always say this. I never desired to become a fashion designer.
Tell me more. Tell me more, please.
I could say fashion found me. Yeah, fashion found me because my father is a tailor. You know, as African parents, a child will always become what the father is. If not all, at least two or one. But in my house, in my family, in my father's house, everybody can sew. Literally, everybody can sew. So I grew up in a family where hard work comes first. If you want to eat biscuits, if you want to suck bonbon, you have to work for that money. If my father have to give you that money, then you have to explain what you need that money for, even if it's 600. So my father being a tailor, I grew up in a house where you have to go to work even after school. You have to go to work on holidays. It's either school, housework. And the day you don't show up at work, just know that day you're gone. You they will beat the hell out of you. You have to be at work every day. So that's why I always tell people fashion found me, because I grew up in it. It's not something that I sat one day and I said I want to become a fashion designer. And openly, I always tell my friends, the gift my father has given me, I don't think anybody in this life will be able to give me that. And if, because I'm going through a situation now where I need my father's support financially the most, and most of the times he will not come through for me, I'll not be discouraged. I'll not be like, this man does not support me, this man does, because I know what he has given me. It's more than the money I'll ask him. It's more than the millions I'll ask him, because I know what he has given me. No parent can give that to the son. So I started this at the age of 12. I started sewing clothes at the age of 12. I was going to a boarding school, and my father removed me from the boarding school and sent me to a day school. That's how I started visiting his shop, started going to the shop on weekdays, on holidays. So I was deprived from all my childhood experiences, all my childhood privileges. No friends, no holidays, no video games, no visitation. As a matter of fact, I barely knew who my uncles were, because I will always be at the shop sewing. I will always be at the shop helping my father. I cannot remember the sleepless nights I had with my father. Like we'll walk till day breaks. It's not like the day is breaking while you're sleeping. The day breaks while you're at work. You're actually sewing, you're actually working. You actually work till you see people who close their shop come back to open it the previous day. And it's not like when the day breaks, you go home and rest. No,
You
you work
continue.
till the next day. So that's the lifestyle I grew up in. That's how good my father trained us. And back then we were seeing it like it was maltreating
Like yeah,
us.
torture or
You
something.
know, as a kid, you know what it
You want
means.
to go out and play.
Do you know what it means to sit in a shop and you see a parent rides the children in the car, stops in front of your door, and like, I want to sew dresses for my kids. Like that love, like, you get. So
Yeah.
those are things I was being deprived from. So fashion found me. Really, it's not something I grew. I just woke up one day and I said I want to become a fashion designer. That's the luck I have, because it just found me like that, and I grew up to love it,
To love it.
to develop the passion for it, and it's me now, and it's what I want to do the rest of my life till I die.
That passionate now, right?
Yes.
So something that started more like almost feeling like it was depriving you of your childhood turned out to be the thing that settled to your adulthood in a way.
Like the kids, okay, I said there are some parents who drove their children to the shop, and I can tell you that those kids now look up to me. They look up to me. Most of them are even wayward. Those are people whom I used to envy, whom I used to admire, that are having the best out of life. Actually, they were having the best out of it. It depends on how a parent cohabits a child. It depends on how a parent brings up the child. You could spoil a child so bad, but that child grows up to become so responsible and self-sustainable. So I feel like most of the ones who weren't given a direction, those are the ones who are actually see. There's this feeling you get when you're successful. I cannot say I'm successful, because the way I want to be successful,
Yeah.
the way I envision my success, I'm not yet
Okay.
at the stage, but I'm self-contained. Like, I don't go frankless. I take care of myself, my bills, family, saving. That's very important as a man. You have to make sure you save. So a lot of things that I do on my own, that I know that those guys whom I used to envy cannot do them now.
Yeah.
So that's just it.
That's great. So you now as a fashion designer, can you give us an outlook of how your creation process looks like from maybe conception to realization?
Talking about my creating process, is that it?
Yeah.
For example, I just recently attended an event, CAMIF, Cameroon International Film Festival. My creative process is crazy.
Tell me about it.
My creative process, in every mood I find myself, I'm creative in that moment. If I'm sad, I can create sad designs. If I'm happy, I can create happy designs. And that's what I always advise people who look up to me. As a creative, there's no moment in your life you will be like, I'm not inspired. Even at the moment that you're not inspired, there's something around you that can inspire you. Even the feeling of you not being inspired can inspire you to be inspired.
Wow.
You get.
Okay, preach.
So my my creative space is very funny. Anything can inspire me. And the way I realize it, it's really funny. Because, for example, the dresses I wore for Kamif, I used a week to design those 5 dresses. From the colors, from the pattern, from the style, the accessories, the way I want the photography to look like, the posture, the angles, the delivery, the editing, everything. I took it. So that's me realizing, that's me visualizing how I want everything to look and me realize it. It's really crazy. Like I can be in the kitchen cooking and I can look at that tomato and I'm like, okay, this color will work with this color. That's just me. I'm not actually saying that's how my creative was, but I'm just giving like a narrative, like how I actually get into my creative space and how I get to realize my designs.
That's actually crazy.
Yes. And there's also something, there's nothing that you create that have not been created before. I see people coming online like, this is my originality, this is my design. No designer should copy me. Madam, sir, you copied from somewhere. You
You're
copied from
inspired by
somebody.
something.
You even if it's not the designer that you copied from, that thing that you got inspiration from, that's the originality of what you created. There's no design that I will create today that have not been created before. Your uniqueness comes from the way you actually modernize it into your own art. But there's nothing that you create that has not been created before. So that's what has helped me to actually get a niche for my brand. You get a niche for my brand. So yeah.
We'll get more into the aspect of niche, but there's something you mentioned when you talk about doing the attires for the Kamif in 1 week. I find that really crazy because I looked into the attires. Was this particular, I think, white attire? I was so captivated by that look. I cannot believe like that look took you like you could do that look and other looks within a week.
I bet you that design was the least in my book. I might be saying this, but people don't know how difficult it is to create 5 looks for an event in a single week. Because you will create this look and you'll be like, what do people think? Am I overdoing it? Is it too much? Okay, if I create this look, how does the accessories match? You get how does the photography play about? Okay, what's the theme of that night? You have to create 5 different looks for 5 different outfits and make a decision within a week. So it's really crazy. And that particular outfit, if you actually see how I make it in the outfit, I was discouraged. There's one thing about me. When I watch movies, I get inspired by movies too. Like anything I do, anywhere I am, I can be inspired. So there's this popular series, Game of Thrones, that every guy was talking about it. I mean, if you're a guy and you're not talking about that movie, it means you're actually not a guy.
I actually love Game of Thrones.
So so I actually dedicated, like, I watched that series for a week. I dedicated a week, and I was like, what's so peculiar about this movie? What's so special about this movie? So I dedicated a week out of work, and I had to watch that movie. And that movie, it's crazy. It's good. When I talk of good, I'm talking in a point of me being a creative, me being inspired by what those people wore,
Their outfits are
like Jon
amazing.
Snow,
I love Daenerys' outfits. Her outfits are
voila,
out of this world.
voila. So it inspired me, and that was a year before. So when I was actually creating outfits for Camille, it came to my head, like, okay, this is a movie festival. I want to use my art to cross across every field, being it cultural, being it fashion, being it movie, being it cinema. So I said, okay, each look had to represent this aspect, because there's something to about fashion. See a lot of people talking down of creatives, talking down of on designers. They'll be like, you the wear the shoe, the heels now for woman, and this like this.
Yeah, the men high heels.
Fashion evolves. There's one thing about people, when they don't have a knowledge about something, they turn out to attack that thing. Fashion evolves. You get, fashion is like entertainment. For example, if during that camif I had worn a single shoe and a single cloth, people would have been bored.
Yeah.
Fashion is like entertainment. You have to wow people. You have to entertain people. You get. So you don't expect me to wear this shoe today and you're seeing the same shoe tomorrow. No, it doesn't work like that. And I feel like that's one thing that helped to captivate the minds of people, because I trended for like 2 weeks. Like every day I was giving content back to back. People felt like, oh, today this guy has trend. Tomorrow, let's see what he's going to come up with. I was giving them back to back.
You kept
That's
them on their
entertainment.
toes,
People
yeah.
have to be wowed. You get. So that's why I had to play with a lot of things. I had to play with a lot of accessories. I had to play with a lot of shoes, a lot of clothes, a lot of parts, a lot of styles. All that comes as a package of you being a creative director in a brand. So it's really it's
It's
I
a
love
lot.
it. I love what I do. Yeah. So, and I've also come in a point of my life where I just get to do what I do because I feel like you getting knowledge, you must not go to school to get to be or you to be educated on something. You have to social media can you can learn from social media.
Yeah.
People can inspire you, people can teach you. So I feel like my art, my creativity, my brand is a way to pass out knowledge to people that things will evolve, things do change. If you're not a fashion influencer, if you're not a fashion consumer, you should be free and open to learn from people who have educated themselves and actually want to build a brand, build a niche in that field. Don't just live, don't just you're a farmer, you just live, you come online, you see something, and the first thing is for you to kick against that thing or criticize against that thing. You're a farmer, stay on your lane. Let fashion designers stay on your lane. There's no fashion designers who will come and criticize another fashion designer that, oh, this thing you're wearing is for a lady, or this thing is for a lady. I'm not advising people to actually do cross-dressing, but there's a way you can create your design. It should look more masculine.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a way you create a design to look more masculine, and there's a way you create a design. There are unisex designs that a man can wear, a woman can wear. Aside from all that, the point I'm saying is fashion is like entertainment. You entertain people because people get bored. Human minds get bored. Human beings get bored. They want to be entertained. They want to see new things. Mind you, they want to see it. You will wild, but they will criticize you. They'll talk against. But those are the same people tomorrow. You will see them wearing what you are wearing. I'm telling you.
I like the way he puts his points down.
I'm telling you.
Okay, so talking about your niche now, definitely when we're talking about dressing people up, people have different styles, different tastes in dressings generally. So what do you do as a fashion designer to reach a diverse sort of clientele?
Okay. Um, there's something I have to say. You know, fashion designers are the most creative people and also the most criticized people. As in, they are always being criticized, they are always being talked down, looked down. But if you look detailedly, they are super creative. I'll take, for example, Kamif. I saw some, I don't know if they are designers, if they are stylists, if they are tailors at the event. Very young guys like me. And the way they actually dressed got people laughing at them. Maybe because they overstepped, or maybe their accessories were too much, like it there was no focal point. Everything was just there. But from a creative side of me, I saw where they were going to. I saw what they wanted to achieve. I saw what they wanted to derive from what they created. I saw creativity in a human. You get. People will criticize, but I will not criticize. Because you see that same costume that guy wore for that event and he's been dragged online. If an American celebrity wears that same design, he'll be praised for that.
Yeah.
I was telling my friend days ago, you can never impress people when you're broke.
Okay.
You can, no matter how hard you
Noted.
try, you always look like a trash to them.
Interesting.
If Francis Gano wears anything and walks on the streets, people will praise him. Oh, that man is so simple. Oh, that man dresses like so simple. Make poor man wear that same clothes.
That's very true.
Attend that same event where Francis Gano attend now. You go hear something. Hey, the one come on side. Hey, now wait till this you get.
Yeah.
So I was telling my friends that for this life, money is important. No, money is important. Have money. Have money. So why am I saying all this? The way I get to and the way I get my clientele, it's derived from two sectors of people. You have the rich, you have the average. I don't want to say poor. You have the average because if somebody can actually buy my design, it means you should have money. You should be an average person at least.
Okay.
You get. So the way I get my clientele, I make sure that when I design something for myself, I'm trying to communicate to the youths. Because I'm in a French zone. Francophone zone wear fabrics. They don't wear this. They wear jeans. They wear t-shirts. They wear streetwear. For example, I'm not saying it's a Francophone, but the guy opposite us is in jean and t-shirt. That's how Francophones like to live their life.
Okay.
But Anglophones, you always see them in their African. Always, if
They
you
like the
see an
cultural
Anglophone man,
kind
you
of,
know
yeah.
that's an Anglophone man. You get now. So the way I clean my clientele, I create it in a two sets of personalities. You have the people above 30 and you have the people below 25 because I'm a youth. I always try to communicate to the youths. If you see the things I create and put online, they are very, very, very mature. Like it's for mature persons. But the things I will wear is for youths like us. So when I want to create, I'm like, okay, fine. This is my targeted market. I want people below 35. But I cannot wear an outfit. I cannot be dressing like a father all the time. I have to look young. I'm a nice man. I'm handsome.
We are so sorry.
I was even
You are.
thinking of putting on a jean under this suit because I have to look like that. But the most people who actually consume my products are people above 30. You get. So it's really, really, it's really, really tricky and confusing as a creative when you want to get a clientele. You have to create designs for this set of people, and not forgetting that, okay, these are the people who can actually give you that catch, set of people who can actually give you that money. So that's how I get to create my designs. I create for two sets of people, average and the people of
And
class,
also take it in the age groups as
the
well.
age group. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually sounds fair. That way everybody gets to have their
Yeah.
pick, I
So
guess.
that's why I will always boil down to the event I recently just have. That's why you see the outfits. The first day I was in a tuxedo suit. I was in a customized Shoyofab tuxedo suit
Okay.
because I know that one is for my men of class.
All right.
I had a bag. I had a very big fashion bag and avant-grande. They call it avant-grande. Like the look was giving class. The look was giving, And then the second day was traditional.
Okay.
That was still giving class, like class.
You were
You
just
saw it now.
I
You
did.
you saw the way I packaged. You
I
get
actually go through the designs for that evening,
good.
and everyone, I could not tell if there was anyone that they put less effort into, because each one was outstanding on
Good.
its own. That was great.
Good. So the Max party, I wanted to look young. I wanted to, communicate with my guys
Okay.
of the age of 25. So I was giving them, and this the third day, the Game of Thrones. I was also trying to communicate with my guys that, okay, they like games, they like film. Like, okay, this is how you can actually wear this and look like this film and look like this. So that's fashion. Fashion is business. Whatever you're creating, you have to actually think about the business side of it. How is this thing going to sell? Talking about clientele too, when you're creating, you have to be able to break down that design. How is this going to sell? How is this going to communicate to the people? What class of people? What set of people? What age group? So the last day I was still trying to look young, So that's just how you get to create a clientele look from your pieces and your designs.
Very interesting. So when we're talking about clients, and maybe you walk into maybe satisfy a range of clients, has a client, maybe, I think definitely there should be cases like that, when clients come up to you and be like, oh, I have this particular idea in mind. I have this thing I want you to put together for me. Do you have such jobs like that? More precise, I would say.
Come again, please.
Like if a client comes to you and they're like, no, I don't just want you to just like maybe an already done design that you have, but they have something more in particular, maybe something, a vision in mind, and they want you to bring it to life. Do you have clients that come to you for that?
Yeah, I have clients, mostly public figures. I'll not say celebrities. I'll say public figure, because most of the time celebrities will always want you to be original to yourself. They want you yourself, you want to give them your originality, because you know what a celebrity can do for your brand. So I would say popular people, for example, maybe a dancer, or maybe um, 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 when it comes to universities, maybe you have prefects, or maybe you have presidents, stuff like that. Those are people whom they'll always come and say, okay, I want this thing, but I want to add a touch of it. They will come with their own design, and they will want you to restyle. I have people like that, yes, but I always advise people to be always original. They should have an identity. Somebody should wear a dress, and they should be able to identify who the design now of that cloth is, or which brand that person is wearing as a fashion designer. Most people tend to forget a stylist is different from a designer, and a designer is different from a tailor. I proud myself addressing myself as a tailor. People fail to understand this. There's this there's this honor that comes with people calling you a tailor. It's just that we live in a society where everybody wants to feel important. Everybody wants to belong in a class, in a certain level. And when they address you as a tailor, you feel like maybe they are belittling your craft, or they are belittling your personality, your personnel. You get. When it comes to the fashion industry, tailors are the most respected persons. tailors are the most, they are the brain behind every brand you see out there. Designers just draw, like designers, they concept, they conceive the idea, but a tailor will realize that idea you've conceived, that they want to handle the patterns, that they want to handle the stitches, that they want to handles the finishing. So I always tell people that if they call you a tailor, you have to be happy. Do you know what it means for you to be called a tailor? If I go to Paris, because these whites, they always like specialities. You have to be specialized in something for you to be professional, for you to be professional in a certain field. If I go to Paris and we are two of us and we want to get a job in a fashion brand in Paris, and I apply as a tailor and you apply as a stylist or a designer, I'll likely get a role in that company, because they want to see what I have. They want to see how intellectual in that field I am. You can get designers anywhere, you can get stylists. You're a stylist, do you know that? For you to match this dress with this shoe makes you a stylist, but you do not know how to realize what you're wearing. That's what the whites look at. They look at how this person can impact the brand. Because now, designers, what actually makes them to sell is the pieces they create. It's the model they create. You have brands who are falling out today because they don't have pattern, they don't have originality anymore. Who gives them that originality? Tell us. So that's why I always tell people that you can call me a tailor. I'm a tailor. I don't mind, because I create my designs, I stitch my designs, I design my designs, I sew my designs, I do literally everything. So they calling you a tailor is not it's not an easy job. It means you're somebody of caliber. So
I guess that's operates a lot of spirits.
Yes.
People are showing because
Yes.
that definitely is true. When people talk about being a tailor, people just look like, oh, it's just like the side of the road.
It's the way
the person you go to.
it's the way our society has makes it look like. It's the way our society makes it look like. So you cannot blame them. You cannot blame them. Most of the times, Cameroonians don't have designers. What they have is tailor. But because the word tailor, it's so local to you, you feel like they are belittling yourself. Most designers in Cameroon don't sew. Most designers don't sew. I was telling my brother someday I want to go back to school. I want to go to a fashion school, because I've never been into a school. Whatever I do, I learned it all by myself. Whenever I'm having major interviews, I always give the honor to my father. I always praise him first. I always say nice things. People would think my father taught me what I knew. He never taught me. He just paved my way. Now insult and crack, I take learn the work. There was never a day my father would say, I'm cutting a trouser, come and stand beside me. This is how you do it. Nah, never a day. It was insult. I will always pass trousers. My father will be like, "Are you fool? You do you come because they give you 300. You can't even they pass that trouser. Now for day you go end. You sew the trousers, take it so. That's how I get to learn the work."
African parents have a different of motivating their children.
Yes, and I love my father so much.
At the end of the day, I think we all come to that turnaround point where, like, I think I actually appreciate the lashes because they taught me better.
Really, yo,
Than
because
the
I don't
pampering.
know. I don't know. I don't have that in me. But what my father did, Allah. There's a day I slept outside just because I did not feed my own dog. I did not feed my own dog.
Wow.
I had to sleep outside. And I was tortured that day. So those are little things that we grew up.
Teach you responsibility.
Yes. You think that maybe you're being maltreated, but no. They're giving you the ways of life on how things have to. And it really helped me to become the man that I am.
I like the it's like talking in the jacket. Guys, really himself so much. I remember when the video you sent to me, where you're like eating a very big piece of chicken and talking about
Okay, earlier today.
yeah. I think someone got to me and was like, how single is he? I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. I don't know. But it actually shows your personalities. They are very jovial.
Yeah,
I think I'm just speaking online, but now to meet you in person, I think just in the phone, I was trying to get us like, guy.
I have a lot of people who have met me physically and are like, now you this for social media. I'm like, I don't understand. Am I any different from what I put on social media? I'm like, we know so you be so one person where I'm like, no.
Maybe like strict or like
You get
so uptight.
I'm a very social person.
Nah,
I'm a very
he
social
is.
person, but I've learned my lesson the hard way. I've learned on how to respect boundaries. I've learned on how to create my boundaries. But aside from that, I'm a very social person. If you meet me in my house, I swear to God, you never want to leave. Because my work has helped me become so. You cannot be an entrepreneur and not be social. How you want to excel? You're driving me back to my university days. I remember the first day in university when everybody was introducing themselves. The person will get up and this, I'm from this town, and this, and we saw minister students, we saw delegate students. So, and I walked up, and my name is this. I'm a teller. That's how I addressed myself. I'm a teller. Everybody was like, wait to tell her they do for computer school. Wait to tell her they do. I was so social. People who walked up to me, like people were interested to know why I was in a computer science school. I've been, sociality na my sickness. I feel meet up for first day, me and you talk so we discuss. You think maybe I'm not ourselves for ages or for days. No, that's only because I've learned to be social. I realize that if I am not sociable, I'll not be able to penetrate the market. I'll not be able to convince you to buy my product. I'm a business person. My work has helped me to be social. I have to be social. It's fine.
Yeah,
Keep on.
indeed, like. Anyways, we have a few questions.
Okay.
And a few comments here from those who are watching. We have, for example, Santos. Santos, who says revolutionary ideas. Power to the people.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's someone asking here, what do young designers need to do to be able to reach your level?
I have a level.
You have apparently.
Does she have to read the question again? Are they getting?
No, just
I'm
answer
getting-
directly.
All
I'm
right.
actually, this is my part, I'm resting.
Okay, I'll take the second question first. What does young designers have to do to reach my level?
Yeah.
Originality, online presence, get a mastery of being a fashion designer, on how to sew, on how to create. There's nothing special about me. There's nothing. I didn't even know I have a level. Thank you for that question.
Finding out today.
Sometimes we have to be reminded of who we are. I didn't know that sometimes that you don't actually know you're this person. You feel like you're any normal person, but people will remind you of who you are. And that's what's actually happening now. I never knew I had a level. You just have to go to a fashion school, get a portfolio, build a niche for yourself, know what you want to represent in the fashion industry. Tailors are never enough. I say this every day. Cameroon does not even have designers yet. Designers are never enough. We need more of us. So if your passion is to be a tailor, if your passion is to be a stylist, if your passion is to be a designer, go for it. We need you. I need you. One thing I've learned about this industry is collaboration. I cannot collaborate with something that does not exist. I need to collaborate with a stylist. I need to collaborate with a fashion designer. I need to collaborate with a tailor. That's what makes these Nigerians excel the way you see them today. It's not a single person job. They have understand the markets. They have understand the trajectory of the markets and how to penetrate the markets. This market, the person who asked that question, you think I might have a level, but if you start today, you might become more than me, what I am. This field does not favor anybody. I have colleagues who started yesterday and they are millionaires more than me. I have colleagues who have bought lands. They are telling me. I have colleagues who travel out of the country like anytime, but those are people who just came out of the limelight like from nowhere. I've been doing this for more than 10 years now. I've been doing fashion for more than 10 years now. So if your passion is to become a tailor, my level, mommy, go for it. Go for the knowledge. Start now. YouTube, you can start from YouTube. Create an online presence. Create your pages. Create your online. Everything that is online. Everything that is online. I have a physical shop, but I will not count how many people come to that shop to sew clothes. They only come for fitting to collect. It's only online. You get. Create an online presence. Get the knowledge of it. Get a portfolio. What do I mean by a portfolio? After you've established yourself, create designs, get a catalog of yourself, the things that you've created, write about yourself, pay bloggers to blog about you, show up, attend events, dress, wear yourself, wear your brand. As there are sometimes that even when I'm cooking in the kitchen, I'm wearing my design. This is the first time I'm bringing this to the camera. There's a niche I want to create. I want to create, actually, I want to explore TikTok now because I know people are making money out of TikTok. Not like TikTok is paying them, but what they sell on TikTok. And you must have a niche, you must have something you create. So I was telling a friend that I want to start something. I want people to, people know me that I do good suits, but I want people to know me for suits. I want to create a content where maybe I get up in my bed, I'm in suit, or maybe I'm in my pajamas, but I dressed in my suit, and I hold a saxamoto, and I'm going to the market to buy tomato to come and cook in suit. I come back.
I'll watch that.
I come back. I remove my. That's how you can be more than me. That's how I never knew I had a level. Now you determine that's a level. I'm telling you on how to be good in your field. Be extra. Be different. Do crazy things. Social media, they like crazy things. They will criticize you, but you're catching out. Again, I'll wear my suit, maybe go to my farm in my suit. I remove my suit and I fold and I keep. I change my farm attire. I walk, I finish, I bath, I wear my suit. I'm leaving from the farm in suit. People does not even know I'm coming from the farm. So that's how you can get a niche for yourself. You can rebrand yourself. So you just have to start working and check on how to be different from others, because now everybody sews suits, everybody sews senators, everybody does shirts, everybody almost looks similar. What differentiates you from this person to this person? If I wear Doris and walk towards the street, somebody should be able to identify that I'm in Doris. If I wear Enongene, somebody should be able to identify that I'm in Enongene. That's how you can be more than me. That's how you can be more than everybody in this industry. There's nobody that have made it yet. Fashion is still to be exploited in Cameroon. So if you start now, you might be Vicky James tomorrow. The Vicky James we know in Cameroon. You might be the Atafo we know in Cameroon. So you have to start now and never give up. There will be a down moment. There will be days that I sit in my house and I literally cry. There's a day I was working and I had this clothes to deliver to a client. I had to travel to the US. And in the mid of a night, my iron got bad. It caught fire and got bad. That's the same iron I've been planning to change. But just because of a lot of commitments, a lot of expenditures here and there, you have to do this, you have to save, you have to play jack, you have to do so. Money comes in and it leaves. Money is a stranger. It comes in and it leaves. So that iron got bad and I break down. Not because I never had the money to buy iron, because I felt like my efforts were not good enough. My efforts were not enough. I felt like I had to work myself 3 times more, and I was already working myself 10 times more. So I got broke down, and for 3 hours straight, I held Christ here. I really feel like say I want cry. 3 hours straight. My mother had to call. I don't know why mommy called. My mother called. I had to I on phone, and when I was like, "What are you?" Because what happened is I had to take a picture of it and I sent it to the family group. I was like, "Okay, I'm stuck. I've never brought my problems into this group. I've never called any person like, okay, this is what I'm going through. I need help. But if I've arrived at this level where I have to drop into the family group, then people have to know that I've reached the point where I need help. I need support. It's been like 5 years now. Nobody has given me a franc. I'm 25 years. Nobody has given me a franc. What am I even saying? I started selling granules, selling popcorn at a very tender age. I was already an entrepreneur at a very tender age. I was making money for myself. I I sold pancakes on the streets, one a lot of things. So when I sent to the family group, people came and they saw and they were ignoring. I was so down. I was like, what's happening? Is it that I should just abandon everything and just live like every normal citizen will live, like just go about my day, maybe work my small money, they just drink, forget, like no ambition, nothing, not achievement, like nothing. I was broke down, so I really felt bad. I was like, I look at myself, I look at everything. I was like, even my bones were paining me because I've been working since February. Since February I've not rested. I'm saying February because I went for holidays in December and I only came back in January. And when I came back, I felt sick for a week, like 2 weeks. I was down. Since then, I've been working hard. People think Kamif was just that I started preparing for Kamif. It's just that the stitching, realization, everything was done within a week. But I started planning for Kamif since. I've been working since February. You have to reply clients online, you have to sew, you have to do finishing, you have to deliver, you have to post online so people can buy, you have to reply to clients. Some like the emotions is so mixed. Some clients will be praising you where you do my work fine, oh, you don't work when you good. So one go come, you be bad teller. You don't, the emotion is mixed. So that sometimes that design you have your down moments. You need somebody to talk to you. You need somebody to cry to. So it's not really easy. It's a narrow road. It's difficult though. But you at least have money for yourself. You'll be self satisfied. You never lack.
That's the
Yes.
highest.
You never lack.
Any more comments?
Yeah, we have another question here, which says, what do you think? We have another question which says, what do you think about tailors who claim to be fashion designers, or are they the same?
What do I think about tailors who claim to be fashion designers?
Or are they the same?
They are the same. Tailors who think fashion designers are the same. They actually are the ones who even do most of the job. Like I've said this before. Tailors are the most creative people when it comes to the fashion industry. A tailor, you can design a cloth and you bring it to a tailor. And a tailor will tell you that, okay, this thing you've placed here is supposed to be like this. That's a tailor automatically being a fashion designer. This thing you've placed here, let's turn it like this. This pattern you've put here, let's bring it like this. Just that most of the times it plays with our minds because we feel like being a tailor means you have to paddle, you paddling, and being a fashion designer means, oh, I'm a CEO. You get
I give the orders like
there's this conference here. I've showed up. I've taken videos. I've posted online. I'm running this. No, a tailor too can also do that. So for me, there's no difference. It's just that tailors in Cameroon have not given themselves that value. If you're a tailor and you're working in a one-room house, divide that room into two. Have a small office, have a production center. That's what most tailors fail to do. So for me, there's no difference between a tailor and a designer. To me, a tailor is more valuable, and I'll always say this. if you want to get into the field, start by being a tailor.
Okay.
Okay.
Start by being a tailor.
And one last one, which says, what your father did to you, should your children be waiting for the same treatment?
Okay. I'm interested in this answer.
My children, same treatment. A lot of us plan to spoil our kids, so
I do.
a lot of us want to give our kids the life our parents did not give to us. But is it worth it? After that, 10 years after, 20 years after, 30 years after, how would that child be addressed in the society? That's a question. Some of us will say yes, we want to give the same treatment our parents give us to our kids, but some of us don't even know how to be brutal. Some of us don't even know how to be strict.
I agree.
I have an apprentice who has made a week with me. He even told me to greet you. It's from your tribe. Bangwa.
Bakosi.
Bakosi. His name is Epie. His name is Epie. And he's an apprentice. And I told him that I don't know me how to shout at person. I don't know how to give you punishment or maybe tell you or maybe the worst is that you're even my friend. You're coming to learn from me. Me not shouting at you, don't think I'm so good though. I'm instead making you not to learn this work. I'm not doing you a favor because a normal master, a normal teacher has to be strict to his student. You have to be so strict to a point where your presence alone should make him shiver. But I don't have that in me. I don't know how to shout at somebody. The only thing I say, I feel only vex. I talk something maybe you will really vex you after. And that's one thing I've learned to study myself. When I'm angry, I just sit quiet. I don't talk for the next 2 hours. I don't talk for the next 2 hours. That's one thing my friends don't like about me because the both of us can be in the house and you don't actually know that I'm angry at you. That's just me. That's how I've studied myself. I don't know how to shout because I grew up from a family where I vowed to myself not to be violent. There are certain things I don't want to say to the camera. But I grew up in a very violent home. I grew up in a home where even my mother was being beaten. So I've vowed to myself that I can never be that violent. I never. So it has eaten a part of me that I don't even know how I'll even give my children. Maybe I'll get a wife that is strict and brutal, or you get. But to me, there's a way I'll bring up my children to be responsible. There's a way. From a very tender age, you can start giving them that treatment. Yes, but does not mean you have to be brutal on them, or maybe I'm saying brutal because that's how I grew up. My parents they use cane for beat you. They use my hand. That's how we grew up. So it will be 50-50. It will be
But
50-50.
on the topic of maybe raising children up, especially like people say, like the African parents are maybe in those days were actually more strict. I think it could also be not basically like that's the African way, but more, but it could also be the conditions that we're surrounded by. And I think with us now, the conditions have changed a little bit.
Exactly.
And we have to learn how to
Exactly.
implement discipline with our own conditions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what is helping most of us today. That's what is helping most. I could say that's what is helping most men today, because if you actually do research, you see that the rate of violence in marital home has reduced.
Yeah.
As compared to in those days of our parents, because that's the way they were actually brought up. They were brought up. There are some ladies now that if they're in a relationship and the man is not violent to them, if the man is not brutal to them, it's not a relationship.
It's not make sense.
That's not how life's supposed to be. How should a human be violent to another human?
It's traumatic
How does
things.
that work? So the way we have been groomed, that violent side of us is not there. But it's in our parents because their parents actually grew them up. Like the environment and everything helps them. So
And once you're already
actually,
used to a toxic environment, when you find an environment that is more calm, you still crave that toxic
that's
nature,
true.
yeah.
That's true.
So those are all the comments.
Yes, that is all that we have. And just to remind those who are watching, guys, please like and
Like and
like and
subscribe.
subscribe. Like and
There was
subscribe,
a
like the
first
video.
comment of from
Yeah,
Santos.
Yeah, from Santos, it was like
That's my friend.
revolutionary ideas. Oh yeah. Hey Santos, thank you
hey
for
Santos.
yes, thank you
That's my
for
friend. He's an
that.
artist.
Okay.
Before we end, my Baba said I should give him a shout out.
No, please do give me a shout out. He did a great
Thank God
job.
I
The
remembered.
hairline is looking good.
360 haircut. Sheferi Tam Tam. I did not master his contact. I would have just listed, but he said give him a shout out. Thank you so much for this haircut. He shaves my hair, does my hair. He comes to the house. Like I just called him last night. I like, bro, tomorrow my program is tight. I cannot make it to the shop. I beg, come house. And 6 a.m. he was in the house to do my haircut. I was like, that interview. If you not shine for that interview,
But it's 360,
my
360
guy.
haircuts, right?
Yes, 360 haircut.
Guys, go check that out. Go check that out. As you can see, if you want to look, see how he keeps adjusting. So the confidence is up. Because I've heard before that guys' own makeup is their hair, though. Yeah,
Yeah.
his own makeup is on point
Yeah.
today.
Yeah. We take good care of ourselves.
Okay, so I've talked about, I think, the good parts of the fashion and everything. What are the most difficult parts of being a fashion designer? Most challenging parts?
The most challenging part is sourcing. Sourcing. The challenges I faced might be different from those who are in other countries. I always like to give examples or preferences based on my experience and what I've witnessed when it comes to my 10 years or it's 12 years of experience in the fashion field. Sourcing of fabrics. There's a lot of difficulties designers face when it comes to sourcing of fabrics. We don't have fabrics here. There's some designs that you see online, a client will send to you. To get that particular fabric, you have to order from Nigeria. And by the time you're ordering from Nigeria, shipping fee has added.
Yeah.
When you price that client, they'll feel like all the money is going to your pockets, but whereas you're spending it all on shipping fee, you're spending it all on delivery fee. It's crazy. Secondly, as a fashion designer in Cameroon, we feel neglected by the government. The government does not support fashion designers. I can say there are other sectors that actually receiving support from the government, but the fashion sector is that domain where they feel like this particular set of people, they don't need that attention. They don't need that. For example, a government can organize an event, let's say for musicians, for filmmakers, but is a government organize an event for fashion designers? For example, look at Lagos Fashion Week. Look at Accra Fashion Week. The government have taken over that event. Do you think it's being run by a single body again? No. The government now is a partner to it because they know the revenue that
That is coming
sector
from it, yeah.
brings to the economic of that country. The government started with the film industry in Nigeria, and now they have gone into the fashion industry in Nigeria. Look at every native man in Nigeria, even if the man they watch na showcase or African magic, he's in his kaftan. You don't see them in Okrika. If you see a coat, even to the least, the most common Nigerian man is in kaftan. Even when he's going to his market to sell in his marketplace, he's just in kaftan. So that's how inclusive the government is when it comes to the fashion industry in Nigeria. We don't have that here in Cameroon. As a matter of fact, they prefer to wear their Western suits to the office. I'm still waiting to see that point in life where we have caftans, senators being worn to government offices and not suits. For example, look at Ibrahim Traore, this new
Yeah, the president of
president of
Burkina Faso.
Burkina Faso, and then the one of Senegalese. Look at that man. Have you seen what he wears? He doesn't wear suits. He can wear suits when he has like international events, because that's how the international people wants to see him.
It's a
But when
code.
he's in his country, when he's in his Wakanda,
Yeah.
he's in his native, traditional native. That's what the government has to do. The government have to recognize fashion designers. They have to consume our products. There's a lot of importation of okrika. We have to stop that. We have to limit that. It's difficult to stop, but we have to limit it. The government have to be inclusive when it comes to the fashion sector. The government have to create factories. The government have to create more cottons. The government have to create industries where we produce our own fabrics. We have the secondary stage, we have the tertiary stage, and we have the primary stage. The government have to strategize, because there's a lot of money when it comes to fashion. I bet you there's a lot of money. And now the fashion industry is valued, the fashion industry in Africa is valued to be about 61 point something billion, or is it 300 and something billion that the value. Africa is the next big thing when it comes to the world. Even the Western world, they know. That's why our products now they are everywhere in the Western world. Africa is taking over. The government have to realize that and act now. So those are the challenges that us fashion designers in Cameroon face. And sourcing. We don't have good schools that students can actually, like, look at Nigeria. You get, Nigeria have good fashion schools. We have Ziwe Academy in Yaoundé, and it's extremely good. But Ziwe cannot do all the work alone. The government have to partner with Ziwe. Okay, Ziwe, you have done this for 5 years. How do we help you? Because we know to expand. Because we know if we are helping you, we are indirectly helping the youths. Okay, Ziwe will come. Let's open a factory. Let's open a big company where we train like thousands of persons. There are many youths that are out there that are jobless, not because there are not jobs, but because they have not been educated. They have not been educated on what to do. We can walk to the streets, we get these persons, we put them to the factories, we give them knowledge on how to produce, we give them knowledge on how to work in the farms, how to make cottons, the industry, how to process the cottons into fabrics, into woven fabrics, all those things. And I bet you it's going to solve, if not 40%, 30% of unemployment when it comes to Cameroon. That's what the government have to do. We are neglected. That's the truth. We are neglected to a point where even in events, fashion designers are not invited. The entertainment industry cannot do without fashion designers. We are the backbone of entertainment, but people don't know that. But we have been neglected. There will be an event here, they will send invitation to this musician, they'll send invitation to this person, but not one fashion designer will be acknowledged and invited. And that's bad. That's really bad, because all these good artists are being created by designers. If you look at the video and you're wowed at the video, what wows you in the video is the costume. Who did that? Fashion designers. Tell us. But those are the most ignored people. Like I said, we are the most creative people, but the most criticized personalities. The most criticized people. That's why if you see a fashion designer in the street, I beg, hockey, give him a hawk. Or give her a hawk. Because they need it.
They are going through a lot.
We are going through a lot. It's not easy. Yeah.
So, okay, look at the fact that I've said that fashion designers are being neglected a lot. Let's give them some accolades on this episode, okay? I want you to do a little game with us right now. You're going to tell us your best fashion designers. It's going to follow this order. So you're going to tell us your best fashion designers or people that do work wonders with the machine out of the continent, in the continent, and in Cameroon. That order.
This is the setup.
It's what I do.
This is the setup. So which one should I start with?
Out. You're coming in, like you go from out to in. So out
Okay.
of the continent. It could be from any country, per se, out of the continent. Then now in Africa, then in Cameroon.
Okay. 5. Okay, we have Paul. I think the guy who just won Grammy for the best costume in fashion and designing. Paul something. That's actually somebody that if I meet today, I'll sleep on the floor because I want to learn a lot from him. Then we have Atafo. Atafo is a Nigerian designer. I like the way he does his branding. He's not too much, but he's out there. Like he's so significant. Third, we have I could say Vicky James, not because of her designs, but because of her branding power, the strength she has. That's something every designer admires, especially in Africa. There's also that's 3. There's this South African designer. I don't forget names anymore. Anyway, I'm named 3, but I know 5. So let's go to the next.
In Cameroon.
Cameroon. 5 designers in Cameroon.
No, not basically 5, just the ones you really admire.
Or the ones I admire.
Yeah.
Okay. My guy, SM class, Sama Miguel. That's my friend. That's somebody who supports me out of social media, in front of social media, behind social media,
Underneath social media.
underneath social media.
Okay.
There's Dewey. That's also my boss. I admire him a lot because of the impact he has created in the fashion industry. I don't just call names because I want to call names. I call names attached to maybe you've impacted me directly or indirectly. Indirectly means you're impacting the industry. Directly means you've helped me in one way or the other. So there's SM class, there's Sama Miguel of SM class, there's Dewey, there's Gwen List of Mago Smooth. Mago Smooth, that's somebody that if I post something on social media and the caption is not what it's supposed to be captioned, she gets to my inbox. Son, what's that? What's this? Is it this? Write this. Do this. This is not how you brand. This is this. Okay, let me rewrite it for you.
That's supportive.
Those are people who lifts me up. Those are people whom I look up to. Those are people whom I admire. And then we also have Kibone. I don't know if you know of Kibone.
No.
She's good too. She really has the business mind when it comes to fashion. I see what she does recently online. She does a lot of educative video on how the fashion industry in Cameroon can be better. She does a lot of educative videos on how fashion designers should stop priding themselves as CEOs walking around and do the main work. So I really admire what she does. I love the way she brands herself, her identity. Yeah. So there's Zijek. Zijek, I admire him because that's somebody who has succeeded to penetrate the Nigerian market. Recently, celebrities have been reaching to him for work, for collaboration, I could say. And it's really impressive. it really feels good for a brother to be making waves in a market that is so sophisticated with designers. Nigeria is so broad, it's so big. Like how do they pick him? How do they fish him in? Like those are people you have to admire. Keep envy aside, keep pride aside, and say it to the camera.
You're
Those
doing well.
guys are good, and those are people I admire. Yeah. There's also Sawali, walk to Paris. Those are people too who helped me when I was actually walking the ladder of success. Yeah. Hi, Papa God, forgive me. The first person I admire is my father.
You almost
Papa
got in
God,
trouble there.
forgive me. The first person I admire is my father before any other person.
All those names push behind, push behind, push behind.
That man is in his 60, but if you see the way he walks till now, that man has trained a lot of tellers when it comes to the community where I come from. That's my backbone. That's my inspiration. That's my hero. Yeah, so that's it.
That's great. And I think with all the names you're giving me, I just realized how, like when you say celebrities maybe put on a dress that they got from a designer, you hardly get them like this dress by this. I think a lot of times you have other celebrities, like maybe on their weddings when they are designed by this or by that, or any occasion they're like, this dress is by this designer. I don't really get that same giving the like maybe giving back to the
Credit.
credits, yeah, to the designer. Any concerns, maybe Cameroon celebrities or those who are up there.
Most of the time, these celebrities, they come to partner with you. For me, there's nothing for you to just stack the designer and give him his credits, whether you paid him or not. Your platform is, if your platform is big, it's big. If you tag the designer, it will cost you nothing. You can do like 30 tags that same day, it will cost you nothing. If your platform is big, it's big. So most of the times, what happens is these celebrities comes and they partner with you. They'll be like, okay, do me a cloth for free and I'll tag you on my platform. There's no celebrity that walk to me in Cameroon that will tell me to do clothes for free. And you are big, you have the platform, then you pay me clothes for free for what?
You've heard it here. It's not free clothing.
I don't get, because you want to tag me. Don't tag me, pay
Oh
my
my God, I
money.
love that.
Don't tag me, pay my money. So most of the times they come as partner. Like, okay, I have the platform. You will dress me. Some of these designers do it as free will. Most of the times, these designers work with this celebrity because they love to work with this celebrity, not because the celebrity is giving them a favor or doing them a favor. They need us more. Go your event empty last now, may we see. Because you want partner, you want free clothes. We
Oh
will
my
give you
God.
free clothes today, we will not give you tomorrow. You get? So it's a mutual feeling. Or should I say feeling? It's mutual. Let me just say it's mutual. It's based on the designer's decision whether to give you the clothes for free or you're paying the designer. But celebrities will always want the clothes to be given to them for free. I know of just few celebrities who actually pay for their dresses. And I don't blame them. Because most of the time, these dresses they wear just once.
Just once, yeah.
You will spend like 30 million on a cloth for a night, just wear it for a night. Even if na you, I will come back, Papa. I get platform. We'll do how. So most of the times they will pay, but they will not pay up to what they have to pay. If your clothes cost 5 million, they can pay like 2 million. And then I do your tag. I tag you. Most of the times, designers who don't tag at all are designers who pay in full package. Even if now you be celebrity, you pay full package, you go vex you for tag that designer. It's normal. We are all humans. We have that feeling. You get. So it's based on your clientele. if you paid me for my work, whether you tag me or not, I'm not supposed to be angry. I have no right to be angry because it's not tag me. You paid me for that. But if we had a mutual agreement that, okay, you will pay half, and then you feel like the half you're paying is still much, after me doing your clothes, you're angry. I did not tag me. You will bring down that post. I swear to God. So those are times. Most of the times, those. That's what happens. Most of the times, that's what happens between when it comes to mutual agreement between the two parties.
With all these things, I think I've finally cemented my suspicion that the fashion business can also be very messy.
It can be so messy. There's this designer, there's this influencer from Ghana, Nana, that always makes waves in NVC awards. Last year there was a clash between her and a designer because she wore the design of that designer but did not do a tag when she was posting. Her claims was that she paid the designer in full, and she actually asked the designer, do you prefer money? Do you prefer I pay you or I tag you? Even na me, I go choose payment. No,
Normally.
I go choose payment because
Normally.
the fashion industry, it's so crowded. You might even tag me and nobody reach out to me. You get, but if your clothes cost 30 million, madam, please pay me my 30 million, even if you don't come back. So there was a lot of clash online because the designer came and was ranting that Nana did not tag her, Nana should bring down the post, she's the designer of the clothing. Nana said everybody was hitting on Nana, but what will it cost you to just tag this person, even if you pay this person? And Nana actually came online and said there was a mutual agreement. The money was not small. You agreed to take your money and said I should not tag you, but why should I later do my post and you're ranting that company that did not tag you, making me look bad to the public like I'm the bad person? So most of the times we always have that, we always have issues like that comes up, and it's funny. It's really funny.
Yeah. Every business has its own bad
It has
sides.
its bad side. It has its bad side.
Okay, we're almost coming to the end of this very wonderful interview, but I would like to go back to, I think, a question that one of the viewers posted, but I think I'll take a different turn to it. What are key qualities you believe everybody looking to be a designer, a tailor should possess?
Key qualities.
Yeah, qualities.
You have to be creative.
That's number one, definitely.
You have to be creative. You need to have a niche. Before getting into the industry, you need to know what you want to do, what class of persons you want to create for. Do you want to create for babies? Do you want to create for teenagers? Do you want to create for adults? Or do you want to create for the aged people? As a third, you also have to be sociable. You have to be so sociable. You have to be able to, in your down moments, you need to be able to handle emotions. Because in your down moments, you need to show up for people. You need to show up for, when I say people, it means I mean your clients. You need to have that skill to be angry. You abandon the angry side, and then
And still be there.
you still be there for this other side of persons. Because like I said earlier, there are sometimes that I have a very mixed emotion. I can be happy, at the same time I'm sad because there's a client who will be praising you, you're good, you've done my work well, thank you, I appreciate it. And there's another client at that same moment telling you you're a very bad tailor. So you have to be able to know on how to manage that emotion. That's another aspect. You need to improve on your skill at always. You need to improve on your knowledge at always, because the same way they sew this line here tomorrow, it's not the same way that's sewing that line. So for you to be at your top game, you need to be your knowledge.
Upgrading.
Yes, you need to learn. Like you need to upgrade your knowledge. You need to always be updated. You need to do a lot of online marketing. One thing I learned about my university days from the school I come from is the way they do their marketing. Like they can do a budget for the year and 90% goes for marketing. You need to know how to market your product. You need to have the business sense of fashion and designing. Because it's not just about creating clothes. Anybody can do clothes. But not everybody will have knowledge on how to market that cloth and sell that cloth to make money out of it. At the end of the day, all we want make money now. All we want job. We want sell. How do you sell when the market is so crowded? Everybody is doing shirts. Everybody is doing suits. Everybody is doing akpada. Everybody is doing gown. You need to know how to market your market. You need to know the business side of it. So all that counts. All that counts.
That's great. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've listened to a very, very enthusiastic, sociable guest today. But I think before people are going with, they're surely seeing your designs from Camille, heard about all you have in store, and they might be asking, how can we get to him? So, how can people get to you?
Okay. You can get to me on my social media platforms as KG Brandon as a person, on Instagram, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat.
YouTube.
Yeah, you can get to me as a person, as fashion, as KG Brandon. As a brand, you can get to me as Show Your Fab. You can see our products, you see our works. Our contacts are there, our website is there. If you want to order, if you want to get to me directly, I'm open. If you want to collaborate with me, I'm open. If you want to learn work, I'm open. If you want to gift me, I'm open. So, thank you very much. You can also get to me on my WhatsApp, personal WhatsApp contact as 654 45 56 50. That is 6 54 45 56 50. Mama me.
You have killed it. You don't do.
That's also another thing I do not say. As a fashion designer, you need to be able to adapt with languages. If you find yourself in a place where they don't speak your language or you don't understand the language, try as much possible means to learn that language.
As a
Even if you're
businessman in
not
general.
fluent in it, you have to be so knowledgeable and sharp.
Okay, so people might be saying they want to get to Show Fab, but they don't know if what they are looking to get. Because I know you from your maybe your handles that I've checked into, you buy a lot into men's attire. Have you guys ever gone into female attire at a point?
Yeah, we do male for now because there's one thing about the business. You need to make your people know your niche first before exploiting the other side of you, because not all designers, I don't know why, I feel like designers are not valuable enough. I don't know why. I don't It's not all tailors that are gifted to do both male and female clothes, but
Yeah,
my father
that's
actually
true.
trained me to do both. I can actually do both. I do both. But when you're actually branding to be professional, you need to create a niche. You need to make your audience know that, okay, this is what you're good at, this is what you can really do to your best. So that's why for now we're specialized in male outfits, where we do both. At some point of time, I'll bring that side of me to
To a
actually
light.
on my brand page. There's a page there for bridals. I vision to do bridals, to do huge couture. So, but for now, I want people to know me as a male retailer,
I believe
specialized in male
you
outfits.
guys also have these sandals, like men's sandals you produce, and
Yes,
like I think
and
hats
when
too.
there's a time where business was not going, I said, what can I do to switch or to blend? I started selling sandals, started selling shoes, and it worked for me because a client will come, client wants to order an affix you, and I'll be like, I get this sandals where you go, I get this
Go
slippers
with
where you
the
go
clothes.
with the clothes, and that's how I've been selling. I've sold everything, even I've sold all the stocks that I had. So that's another thing. these upcomers, or if you're envision to be fashion designers, you have to actually have the skill to know when to switch or when to balance. When something is not working, you need to know, okay, how do I spice up this thing? You get, because of this slipper, somebody might order the outfits. Because of this outfit, somebody might order the slippers. So you need to have that skill to know when to switch.
Clear. So go to Shell Fab, says collaboration is open, gifting is open.
If you want to gift me, everything is
Male outfits. If you want to be female, maybe go back. He's
well,
not
we
yet
don't do,
out there in
we
the
don't do
limelight.
giveaways.
So don't giveaways, but it does take give in. So reach out to Show Fabs. It has been so lovely and fun having you here today.
Thank you so much.
I'm so
I had
grateful
a
for your
great
presence.
time with you. It was. I thought my people. I said this is going to be fun, because I'm not gone out of my house for some time now, because I work from home. Most people don't know that I work from home, and it's either work, market, work, market. So I knew it was going to be great, because I've not had a moment like this since this year. No, I've had interviews like Sierra TV and so, but it's been like 3 months straight that I've not really had a moment like to talk like this. So I was telling people when I said this is going to be fun, because I'm coming to have fun, like to free myself. I know that as I reach her, so I move these suits. I don't climb on top machine.
Your video said all the fun you plan on having today.
Yeah, so it was a great moment. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, I'm so glad having you as well. And ladies and gentlemen, please go check out all social media handles. I mean, they are very, very good. Okay, I might not be a person that is keen on maybe male fashion, but all the
Do
outfits
you
there.
know that you are a good model?
Model, huh?
You have the physiques, you have the fascials, you have the charisma.
Ah,
You should consider
sorry.
pursuing a career in modeling.
For a fashion designer, I'm actually going to consider that.
Yeah.
That is boya people talk.
Why are you dimming my lights?
Seriously.
It's boya photographer talk.
You see, this enemy of progress. I've heard from the
Don't
fashion
mind
designer,
me.
he can keep it.
Don't mind him. I know of models who have gone out and they are doing well from Cameroon. Yeah.
Keep that in mind. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us in this particular episode. Hope to see you next time again, and hope to see maybe Show Fab on another bigger time when he has maybe opened up and expanded more.
Yes.
Definitely, I'm going to see him again.
Amen. Inshallah. Thank
Thanks
you
so
for me.
much. All right, see you next time. Again, next Wednesday on this special episode of Use Wisdom. Bye, guys.